Hey, welcome back. In this video, I want to explain how you can test to see if your emails are hitting the inbox. Okay, so if you do lots of emails, I'm sure you know, right? Email gods are not consistent. They change their mind whenever they feel like. So, and here's the thing: they don't really tell you that emails are going inbox. Like they don't. If you send an email, it's not like they respond back saying, "Hey, man, you're hitting our spam folder." Like I can't tell you, right? So wouldn't it be great if you could actually tell your emails are going to spam folder, right? So your emails could be perfectly fine, right? You're doing email outreach, so ultimately you want to have a conversation. So you're probably, the chances are you're doing something like you do email with follow up. You want to get an appointment or something. And you talk to the guy, and then you do a follow up, right? But you know, email people decide that your emails are spammed and they go to spam, right? And that's the unfortunate thing about email marketing is that it's free and cheap, scalable, but unfortunately, there's a lot of people trying to game the system, right? I'm sure you're like the Nigerian scam thing, right? Now everybody's using email, so there's so many scammers out there. So if they decide that you are not worthy, you're not going in, right? So here's the thing: you want to do early detection because what happens is some people have this sort of an autopilot, right? So I've known people guys who send like 250,000 emails a day. I don't know what they're selling. I don't know what they're trying to promote, but 250,000 emails. Times 365. That's a lot of people, right? Well, I guess 250,000 is pretty much spam. I think they were like in mortgage or something. Here's the thing, right? If you have a problem, right, like your domain is blacklisted, your IP is now sort of in the pool of bad actors on the internet, and you don't know, and then you keep doing it, so you're just constantly pushing emails, and you don't know and you keep basically pouring gas to this like burn that you sort of going, right? You're like flying blind, and then you're just going downhill, right? And the more downhill you go, the harder it is to get it out of there. Okay. Now, obviously, for those guys, they don't really care, so they just burn and churn, right? They just use it, and then it goes to spam folder. They're like, screw it, just spin up a new domain. But if you're using GetSalesFox, hopefully you're not one of those people, right? And if you are, probably probably won't like that, right? Um, so you want to stop scaling when you're hitting the spam folder, right? And that's when you want to do damage control. Like you might want to look at your network config issues. Remember I mentioned DKIM, SPF, DMARC in other videos. Is that set up correctly? Like, are you saying something that's triggering these spam guards? Like, for example, don't say the word free, right? All right, like Viagra, mortgage. Like, you have to keep up with the trends, right? I don't know what market you're in, but there are certain keywords that these spam guards just don't like, or you say the same thing that the spammers say, intentionally or not, right? You're just saying the same thing, and that causes problems, right? So you can actually do a lot of things. Like some people think that once your account or IP is sort of burned, you're down the tube. That's not true. So there's actually like a pause that you can sort of pause your sort of marketing activity, and you can actually sort of get it out. Depends on like what you're doing. Like if you're like too aggressive, sending out a million emails and saying all kinds of stuff, like you're spamming. But like I said, if you're using GetSalesFox, if you want to have customers, hopefully you're not one of those people, and you're like probably more sort of grayish than complete black hat. Your accounts can be sort of brought back from the spam sort of graveyard, right? And another thing too is that you have to check regularly, obviously, because you have no idea if your email is going in the spam folder, because you don't know who's clicking on that report spam button, right? You just have no idea. So you need to absolutely check this on a regular basis, right? It's easy. Like I check our accounts like once a month, and you just click a button. I'll show you how to do it. So, oops. What? Oh, sorry, there's an extra thing there. As I mentioned before, it's not just by hitting the spam folder. It's like, but are you hitting a non-priority inbox? Like if you send out cold emails, and is it going to like social promotions, forums? I think there's 4 tabs or something total. the thing is, when people sign up for Gmail G Suite, before it was just like one inbox, right? But now they kind of force that on their users. So you have these sort of multiple tabs, so people kind of have to check, right? Like for example, if you get coupons, they're not going to hit your primary inbox. Most likely, it's going to go into your promotions folder, right? So obviously, primary inbox have a much higher click-through rate, open rate, everything, like everything rate. And if you're in the social and promotion, kind of goes down and down. And if you're in the spam folder, it's like drops to like almost zero, right? Unless the people are looking for it, right? So how do you tell if you're hitting the spam folder or any of these other non-priority inbox? Well, GetSalesFox automates this for you. So the way it does it is it sends emails to our network of accounts that we own. And when you send an email, we know exactly where it's hitting because, well, it's our account, right? So that's it. That's pretty much that. That's how it does. So you just send an email, you just click a button, and then it just sends out to all the network emails, and we analyze it. So we actually analyze not just spam, but also like where, like priority inbox, is it in promotions? Is it in the social folder, the social tab? So we can actually figure out if your thing is hitting the priority inbox, which is what you want to be hitting for, right? But here's a caveat. It's our sort of like these agent inboxes, right? Like where we can kind of analyze where your emails are hitting. We currently have them only on Gmail and G Suite, and sorry about that. We'll eventually add iCloud and what's the other one? Outlook, yeah. iCloud and Outlook, because I think Gmail is like 30% market share, iCloud, and all these guys have like 30 or something like that. So if we cover all those, I'm pretty sure like we cover the whole internet. So, but as of now, we're currently only on Gmail and G Suite. So let me show you how it looks. So if you go to, let me move my head up there. So if you go to the email deliverability tab under tools, so I already ran one. So I'll just show you. All you have to do is just click on that, okay? And you make sure you set up your cookies and your SMTP IMAP stuff. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's other GetSalesFox videos where we talk about how to set this up. But basically, the cookie and the SMTP stuff is a way for us to sort of take control over your account so we can send stuff on your behalf, okay? So once you do that, you just click this button. That's it, literally. That's all of it is that. And once you click that, we tell you, there's some errors here. Let me show you one of the earlier ones we did. It tells you, let me click down here. It tells you like, some details like how old is account, does it have a separate spam app? Some G Suite accounts let you attach separate spam guards and stuff. Yeah, but it tells you. So we have we tested against 19 accounts, Gmail G Suite accounts, and it sends a test email, and we can tell you that the account that we use is currently hitting the promotions tab in the inbox folder. Okay, so is it good? No, it's not good. I mean, it's not terrible. We're not hitting spam folder, but we know that at least it's going there, right? So this account will probably lay low for a while. We're not gonna send tons and tons of emails. Maybe we'll go low, like maybe send like 500 a day, kind of see how it goes. And by the way, this does not mean your domain is burned. It just means that it's just that email address. So if you see something like, oh, it's spam, does that mean you have to get a new domain? No, I would try creating a separate email. So like if your name is richard@company.com, right? I might consider doing like rich@company.com or richard.nixon@company.com, right? Like just try different combinations because that your email address might have been blacklisted, not your domain. If your domain got blacklisted, yes, nothing you can do is gonna save your thing. I mean, you can wait it out, but just letting you know, so like just because your email address got blacklisted doesn't mean your domain got blacklisted. But the other way does not hold true. So that's pretty much it. Oh, also it could be your IP address. So IP address that you're sending from could have been blacklisted as well. So you really don't know which one. I mean, that's the funny thing about email marketing is just like, because the technology was developed like I don't know, 1960s or something. It was like no, I might be thinking it's 1980s. It's a really old technology, and the world still runs on it, and doesn't really have any fancy stuff that they have now. So it's sort of a black box, and that's sort of the unfortunate thing about it. And I doubt it's going to change, because there's like 4 billion people using internet on the same technology built in 1980s. So don't expect any change. So we got to do what we got to do, right? And whatever we got. So anyway, that's pretty much it for this email. So that's how you can test deliverability. Are you hitting the inbox? So you can see this one. It's blue color, right? Blue and green. So this one is hitting the personal inbox, primary inbox. So this one is hitting the updates, promotions. It's ideally you want to be in the personal inbox. Okay. So that's it for this video. I'm sorry for this video. Why so dark? All of a sudden, it just got dark. That's it for this video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, if you don't understand, you're a GetSalesFox subscriber and you want to use it, but you have no idea what this stuff, how to do this stuff, leave it in the comment section below, or reach out to us in the chat, and our staff will get back to you. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.